Well, hello everyone. Here we go. First official stream, I guess. And well, yeah, let's just see how this goes. Getting everything set up here. And so yeah, it's really nothing much today. I'm honestly just trying to get a little bit better at Slay the Spire too. I've been really enjoying this game so far. I have one of my buddies that's been playing as well in dailies. I don't know what's wrong with it here. I keep doing the daily for today and it's still not letting me upload my actual save, so I'm going to try one more time. Last time we went with this daily here, I believe we got the Tyranny, so we should get it again. Yeah, there we go. Alright, so coming in with a little experience, it's pretty great with Tyranny, especially if you can get a card that has some exhaust payoffs, which this playthrough did. So I'm going to try to head this way. I think I'm going to go for, I like to split this off. I actually noticed that technique from, I believe it's Kalen Gaming. Just give me a moment here, where he does like to start just by looking at the map itself, and that has helped me get a little bit better. It's Caleb Gannon Gaming. He's pretty great. So yeah, he's actually been helping me get a lot better with my actual gameplays too. So ever since then, I've been trying to, you know, kind of go with my ascension level, assess threats a little bit better. If we go here, then we can grab another elite here or a shop here, depending either or. I like the elite after the fire as well. It's usually nice to have either an upgrade or a heal. Of course, now this time we can't upgrade, we can only rest, so elites are pretty great for the relics. And otherwise, having a lot of card rewards for chances of getting upgraded card rewards is pretty good too. And we're going to finish off with the ceremonial beast. So one big attack, one big block is usually what we want for when he debuffs us. Finishing with this right here, really not too bad. Coming up from here with another elite right there is not terrible. And what I don't hate is that here we could go this way and avoid the elite if we need to. There's also potential for elite there, but there's no fires. Small little campfire here and here is nice too. But this way we have access to a shop three times actually, so let's do that. We could kill this one here and just block this, or we could kill this and have a double Tyranny and one attack through. That's, I think we can do this. No point in taking damage, that's not necessary. Choose a card to exhaust. We're gonna exhaust one of our Tyrannies. Go for a double strike here, as going to save some damage, and we'll go for a block to just take 6. Now he's setting up. So the thing with the Tyrannies is great for the any of the combats with status, because we can just get rid of them. And now we just need 2 strikes and we win. Smooth fight, Ashen Strike, the exact kind of payoff we're looking for. We want to exhaust our hand and get payoffs for it. I'm gonna go to the shop right away. See what I can get here. Not much that exhausts. The burning sticks would have been nice to have. So I guess we like to have the cards in our hands so we can exhaust the ones we don't need. The taunt's always good. I'm gonna pick up a taunt. Now we could heal, or we could just upgrade something. A nice little Tyranny there, and if I upgrade another, I get a decent strike. And that's pretty good for me. So let's go on. Tyranny, Falling Star. I guess we could try to block and take at least 1 damage. Now that you have 2, you don't usually need more. So I'm actually just going to get rid of it. I'll go for a nice little taunt here, Venerate, so we can use it again. So we can use our Falling Star once more. Now the Tyrannies, we don't need them anymore. That's what's nice about them, is that once you use them, you can just get rid of the rest. If you don't need them, it helps thin out your deck, get rid of the cards you need when you need them, and it really does help smooth out the combat. So the Tyrannies is actually a really decent card to have 5 times, especially when you have one with an 8. That way when you keep putting stuff into your deck, it's pretty strong. Here, Rotten War is good, especially early game, because it does give us a card that we can exhaust for if we have too many, which is nice. So I think I'm going to go for it. And this little Tyranny with a defend. I either go for another Tyranny, or I think I'm gonna go for another Tyranny just to try to get Ashen Strike as powerful as possible. Now with a nice little Falling Star, followed by a Taunt, a Rotten War, and a nice little Ashen Strike, meaning Sovereign Blade will just kill on our next turn. And Flame is good. How good is it? It's okay, but we're exhausting every turn. The Forgotten Ritual was great. And we could have gone for the other attack that plays itself from exhaust, now that I think about it. But, I mean, I guess just more mana. We would just need card draw at this point. Gonna go with decisions. Have options. Take an extra 5. This fight is one of the hard pull fights, and it really does not feel like a hard pull fight. Like it's really difficult, is what I mean. I should have counted. That's on me. Just do this. Yeah, had I counted, I would have had more health right there. Probably would have been better, but oh well. Do I want any of these? Card draw's good, but it's because it requires my star, which I don't want. So I think I'm skipping. This is the easiest fight. This status is gone. We don't even care. We actually want them in the deck because it's just going to actively make our Ashen Strike stronger. I can get rid of this, I can get rid of this, and I can get rid of this one. Do this by a defend, and a nice little Ashen Strike. Do this. Yeah. Basically, I just don't want to. It doesn't really matter. I just don't want to kill him on this turn. Now Ashen Strike, way more powerful. Get this out. I think the play here is Ashen Strike into a taunt on another with Falling Star following up on that. Just to avoid as much damage as possible. And then we are going to full take this one here. Because this one and this one attack, and these two are giving statuses. So our main issue right now is the attacking, and it's not the statuses. So something like this, like this. I guess I'll just do this. inspections. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Put that in here. So only taking 3 in this combat is pretty good. And yeah, now we can use whatever we want. As Ashen Strike deals 63. That's good too, especially if we keep getting double gold. I guess we are going to try to find ways to get to more merchants. Dominate is nice. I don't have a lot of vulnerable. I have 2. But I am getting access to the ironclad cards. Otherwise we could always go for Feel No Pain. It's really just great. We can just exhaust our block and have our block solved. That's not terrible. I think I like Dominate. Make them vulnerable. Yeah, gain some strength, buff ourselves up. Yeah. Tyranny. This and a regular defend to not take damage. Well. We have a fire coming up and we have to rest, so we can take a little bit of damage here. Molten Fist, Exhaust, it goes well with our Dominate and our Forgotten Ritual. We're going with that. Yeah, like I said, now we really just need the card draw. Potion Belt. It's our health back. Okay, this fight can be challenging if you don't have the right cards. We have 3 tyrannies though, so we should be pretty good. Especially since we can Forgotten Ritual into a taunt, into a strike, into a molten, rotten war, and then molten fist. And then next turn he's still vulnerable. There's 3 cards to exhaust. Yeah. So if we do this, we can Dominate. Well, we can Falling Star into a Dominate, into an Ashen Strike, or Falling Star into Dominate, into Defend, and then we get an Ashen Strike to deal a lot of damage. I think that's the place we're getting rid of this. Weakened. Dominate you. 64. We don't even have to defend. Let's go. Oh, Petrified Toad. Getting some extra run. Oh. So, Radiate isn't useful. Yes, we have the strength, but we only have 1 star generation. So it's not great. Taunt is pretty good. Ugh, sorry about that. Taunt is pretty good because we have access to Dominate. We have access to Molten Fist, another taunt. It adds in some block. And we have Beat into Shape, which forges. But this turn, I think we're going for another taunt. And nearly full. We have a lot of gold. We might be skipping the elite and just going straight for the gold. For the shop, I mean. I want this. Do 13 here, I could just do this. Take 1. Get rid of these. This deals more. This is great. This is very great. And there we go. Ashen Strike is great for this deck right now. Maybe another Rotten Ward, because every time we exhaust a sword and we forge again, we get the sword back. Begone is great for some draw, and if we're already exhausting things, this exhausts itself and also buffs up our Ashen Strike. I think we're going with Begone. Okay. So do we go for the elite for the free relic and the card reward, or do we go to the shop? I think I'm going to the shop, just because 445 gold is a lot. We have a tremble here, which goes great with dominate. Card draw that we've been looking for. We could enter a shop and heal. That way it would make us want to go to more shops. Like that. And our card draws right here with Scroll. And do we buy a potion? Is there any potion here we don't want? We have a lot of potions right now, and so the block potion could be really good. I think maybe we get rid of the rock shape potion and take the block. Now we don't need the campsites at all because we have the meal ticket. So if we just head to the shop, we're really well off. So I really like the idea of already having the sword here forged. And I guess we could go with just an extra dexterity for the fight. I feel like we might be getting a potion this fight. Maybe not. If we do, that's nice. Now what did we get rid of? 18, weakened, a strike, and a tyranny. A strike and a sovereign blade. Yeah. Okay. So now I'll go with a tremble into our falling star. This will be gone. Get rid of this tyranny here. Minion strike. Ashen strike for 27, or do we buff ourselves and keep him vulnerable? 5 extra damage with every attack. 27, 150. I think we're gonna buff ourselves. Take 13, but I don't think that's too bad. Now what? Attacking for 20. Exhaust these two with the Forgotten Ritual. Scroll. And we can taunt. Taunt. Molten Fist for 22, and then he's just vulnerable forever. And finish off with a block. To fully block the damage. Get rid of these 2 blocks here, because I think we're smashing through his health right now. That's so great. Okay. We'll turn this strike into a minion strike. We'll just Ashen Strike right now. Rotten War, get a Sovereign Blade ready. Nice little 33 plus a 21 is 54. And next turn we probably kill. I'll just wait. Might be able to kill if we get the sword again. We definitely kill. Get Ashen Strike, we kill. We're drawing 7, and there's the sword. All right, easy. could have been way worse. So this was honestly pretty good. Fish oil, and well, we got that potion. Offering. Crash landing 2 is status, and it exhausts itself. So if we can't exhaust it, we can't. I mean, if we can't exhaust it with our, I like crash landing, especially for Ashen Strike. Like, offering is really good. Don't get me wrong, it's great, but we don't have health regeneration. I think I'm gonna go for crash landing here. If we were the Ironclad, I think I was like Ironclad with some region cards. I think I was going for the offering there, but now that, especially with all of our exhaust, that's good. And I feel like the only thing that we're missing is energy generation at this point, because we have a lot of the star, a lot of the draw. We don't have much star, but we're not using a lot of star. I'm gonna go with Pale's Flesh, because this would be great too. Make all of our defense goopy so they get stronger as we go and they exhaust themselves. But we're not playing the defense anyways. I think Pale's Flesh. So if a fight goes long, at least we know that we're playing our whole hand. Okay. So what do we have here? We have this, or this for double elites after the chest, which is nice. This one here. And ending with a shop is always nice too. We have an early shop here for our 200 gold. And an elite right here. And we can always pivot this way if this doesn't go well. And then from here we can go decide if we're going to a shop or not. I like that right here. It's kind of a bummer though that we only have the 200, so I think I might go this way and skip this shop here and try to make sure that we end up going over here. So we want this. Kind of want this so that we can do this. Just start hitting. Yeah, I take these 17. Took our taunt. We'll get rid of this here. Another tyranny. Go and get rid of this strike. Make him weak. Vulnerable. Play everything. Deal another 3, but we got him now. Alright, now we have too many potions. King's Courage is an extra Forge 15. That's really good, especially for the vulnerable. It's basically, it's deal 22 damage with a potion. So I like this. It's better than the rock shaped potion, but I think we don't need this fish oil right here. You can take that. Got my taunt back. Know thy place. Yep. Go with that. So we know we're gonna lose the potion either way. We'll use it. Could go with the tyranny here. I like having the 5 additional strength, but tyranny is just too good to pass up, I think. Got a Molten Fist in there, tyranny. That way we know we'll just get to the card we need as soon as possible. 2 and Crash Landing is going to stun you. We don't need to block. So do that. Okay, there's a Falling Star in there. Ritual. Ashen Strike into a Scrawl. That way when we Crash Landing, it just gives us the 1 debris. And you're dead. Shining Strike is good. Especially since we don't have a lot of star generation. And we're currently buffing ourselves up with Dominate. Bulwark is a great defense card too. I like Shining Strike here. Because we put it on top and then worst case if we don't need it anymore, we can just get rid of it. I really do like the cheese. $31 is really gonna help this fight go quick. And I don't like dragging this one on. So here what we want is to make sure we have our defend up as soon as possible. I think it's worth drinking the fish oil here. There's this. Now we can have our most damaging one go through. Then we can Falling Star and weaken him. Only taking 4. This one, the Hunter Killer is dangerous. Yeah, we'll get rid of our strike. You really don't want to make your fights long with this guy. I think we're just gonna drink this here. Some more card draw. I think we're doing okay with the card draw right now. I think we're just skipping that one there. Okay. Tyranny into Tremble into Ashen Shirt. Not a great first turn, but not terrible. Now we want to get rid of Glow, I believe. I'm gonna drink the block potion just to avoid taking damage. Play the defend. Play Crash Landing. Now since we're full blocking, I will play another Tyranny. They're only doing 7, I can full block that. Get rid of these two. Get another Know Thy Place. Taunt. I'm gonna scroll before anything else. Yeah, perfect. Forgotten Ritual, Falling Star. Another Taunt. To a Molten Fist. Into Dominate. Yeah. Dominate. Now only plus 11 attack is great. I think we're just gonna finish off with 1 Tyranny here. You don't need Falling Star anymore. I don't think we're gonna need to defend. I would like to draw, so we'll do this. Transform this one. There we go. Ooh, I think we're gonna go for another Know Thy Place because it exhausts itself, so to have another one is always good. 24. Here I would have 2 elites. I think we're going for the event route. It's 3 elites. Can I take that? I have an extra 30 if I need it with a skill potion. I think we can take the elite. If we win, we heal. We're gonna need that skill potion. There we go. Wasn't even worried. this. Really don't want to take the damage right now. That's when Sovereign Blade is great. We can do our Know Thy Place into a Falling Star. Get a crash landing. Be gone one of our debris. Block. That's not worth that, so we're gonna have to do this and I think this here. Oh my goodness. If I lose now, I'm gonna be so sad. I really don't want any of this. Goodness gracious, I think this is it. I think this might be it, unless... Not great. Really not great. Okay. So we have 8, 8, 10. No block. Alright. Well, that sucked. That's my daily for the day, by the way. I beat it earlier, but it was still stuck on May 2nd, so it didn't really count. Alright. So I haven't made it to A10 with all of them just yet. I did beat it with the Ironclad and with the Necrobinder. They're both my two favorite characters. Deadly Enemies with the region is okay, but I really don't... I think he's one of the better characters. I just never get lucky with him, so I never get the kind of cards I need. The Silent is just boring, in my opinion. Might just be me, but I don't enjoy her much. We got the Defect. Defect is alright. My buddy loves it. If you have a great build with a Defect, it's so fun. And I think it's the one that can spiral out of control the quickest. But I find it so boring. The Necrobinder is fun. Double bosses at the end, really not that bad. I think the worst part about it, the entire difficulty spike, is probably when the enemies deal more damage after the Ascender's Bane. It's when the enemies start to deal more damage. That's brutal. The reason why Necrobinder doesn't mind the Ascender's Bane that much is because she has a couple ethereal synergies. One of the powers actually lets her draw an additional card, so it's basically a free card, and then it leaves. So it's really not that bad. Booming Conch is always great, especially since they buffed it. A potion slot and 2 random potions is nice too. scroll boxes has never been good to me, so we're not going with this. How does this run look? We have fire elite, elite, double elite on A10, no fire in between. I don't like that. Fire elite, shop, fire elite, fire elite. After this we get a hard combat here, and that's it. But then we go from a hard combat into an elite directly. Otherwise we could go this way, like this. Avoid the elite here. Get an event here, and then decide if you want to go for an elite, if we need a card reward, or if we go for the fire directly. If we go for the fire, we can then follow up with a shop. And then we can go here, here, into another shop, here, into the fire. Or just go straight this way. That's a nice path too, right there. So if we just get rid of this, go there, we can alternate between these two. This would be a hard fight. Yeah, so we're gonna do that there, and we hit 2 elites this combat with a chance of the sword. I like the booming conch because we have so many events. So I was actually the other day, I had a Red Bull, put it in my freezer because I wanted to cool it down right away and forgot it there. So this morning when I opened up the freezer for some frozen vegetables, it had exploded all over my freezer, and I had to use a warm cloth to help thaw the frozen Red Bull enough to just help pick that up. And now I'm left over with remnants of a Red Bull. I had to cut open the can with a can opener, and it melted, but not completely. So we still have the Red Bull ice left over. Yeah, kind of disappointing. Haven't had any yet. That was annoying, but hey, what are you gonna do? So I think here we're just gonna double block, take 2, deal a little bit of damage. This fight's always difficult, honestly. Necrobinder is great because Aussie's there, so it's always like a consistent at least 1 extra block. So now if we bodyguard, block, unleash, we're taking 8. Aussie's gonna be down to 3, and then that's 3 block for our future turn. So now we're at 4 block. Don't need to block here. Now we just need to block for 10, and we fully block. So if we bodyguard, we're not killing this turn either way. So we bodyguard, defend. The Aussie's back down to 5, but now our unleash is gonna deal a lot more damage. And in case we don't get, I could have killed there. I just didn't. This is why it's good to take your time. But because I had stacked Aussie's HP so much, it didn't matter. My mistake there was okay. That's what I like about the Necrobinder, is that you can still make mistakes in A10 as long as you're buffing up Aussie. You should be okay. My favorite playstyle with the Necrobinder is Soul, of course. I love it. But another follow-up playstyle that's really nice too is the Graveyard. So your discard pile, because the Necrobinder gains access to a lot of cards that either upgrade cards in the discard pile, bring some cards back from the discard pile into your hand directly instead of on top of your deck like some others like the Regent and the Ironclad that just put them back on top of your deck. Necrobinder likes putting them back into your hand, so if you don't have that draw, you can just replay your great cards. So the graveyard strategy is pretty decent too, especially when you have good cards like the Enfeebling Touch that just reduces their strength by 8. It's ethereal. Well, you get to play it, get it back, play it again, fully block without necessarily blocking there. But Spur is really nice too, because another way that the Necrobinder kind of like draws cards in a way is by retaining them. And Osti, once he's lost health, if you're blocking right, you can summon and then heal him. So this actually looks like a 1 for 3, but it can be 1 for 8, which is really good. Okay, so Bodyguard for sure, with a defend. Osti's gonna be down to 2. And now, I think we're just going to defend, unleash. Osti's down to 1. Now Spur brings Osti nearly full with a Bodyguard and a defend. Just keeping Osti up so that our unleash deals more damage. There's an 18 and nearly full block, and the next turn we should kill. There we go. Negative Pulse is nice. I like Afterlife because summoning Osti, then it exhausts itself, gets out of our way. Negative Pulse is good. It's some block. And it does help deal with multi-enemy combats. I think I'm gonna go with Negative Pulse. Bodyguard, defend, and then I like attacking this one first. So by the time this one is debuffing, we can kill it and stun this one. Another thing that's great with the Necrobinder is that if she's nerfed, Osti's skills aren't. So now we're being attacked for 15, blocking for 9, for another 6, 7, just fully block, keep Osti alive, not take any damage. Now he's debuffing. Unfortunately, because I didn't deal any damage, we're not able to kill him quite yet, but at least we get a little bit of damage. I fumbled right there. Oh my goodness, I didn't have to get hit there. Yeah, so I was getting cocky. Shouldn't have done that. Let's just Bodyguard. Strike. If I add 7, you're there. This has Retain, so we're just gonna add 7 Doom. Oh my goodness, I didn't have to take that 7. Alright. Pull aggro is a nice one, especially when you have a lot. It blocks for a lot, summons for a lot. Bone Shards. 9 block if he's alive. We have a lot of summon cards for Osti right now. We don't really want him dead. We're gonna get a hard combat either way because we got unlucky with the event. I think So is okay. It's a good card. It deals 8 to everyone. I think I'll try the Bone Shards. I have mixed feelings about it. Yeah, I mean, I know it killed me last time, but I'm just gonna, I love the cheese. Like here. It kind of, I gained 9 block, so we could do this into this, and then full block, deal a bit of damage too. I'm just gonna do this right away, get Osti up to 4. May seem like a waste, but there's no point in me blocking there. And now, we fully block because he was already boosted. So I'm going to do this. I don't need to Bone Shards just yet, but I can for some damage, so we'll do that. Like that. if I do this into bone shards, I will full block and deal good damage. Plus 12, 23. So it's getting brutal. I think we're gonna have to take 6 here. I could deal 12. I could do this. 2, 3. We have 22. Which is not enough. So I'm gonna do this. First attack right here. And then we could take 11. But it dies. I think we're just gonna block some. Take 6. There we go. Another negative pulse is good. Especially to basically apply some damage in a sense while blocking. Now we could upgrade, but I really don't like how it's looking if we're going for the elite here, so I think we're going this way instead. And where you can get an event here, but I think before the event, I'm going to rest. When we get the event, we can upgrade 2 random cards. Bone Shards and Bodyguard, that's pretty good. Now we can upgrade again. Negative pulse is going to be 6 and 11, that's good. 5 and 7 is great, especially with the retain. There was a spur, chest here, get a popper, a shop. Okay, a Grave Warden is really good. Sleight of Flesh. There's some damage right there. Just fixed our damage. Now when we apply our debuffs, the negative pulses, we can deal some damage too. So we really don't need our strikes anymore. And I think that's it for that there. I do like the idea of getting another shop here. Not another shop, but the fire there and an elite. So that's what we're gonna do. So we can Sleight of Flesh here, have a negative pulse, and Bodyguard. Take 5. Now we can Bone Shards, full block. $24. Needs to deal 30. I'm not dealing 30 this turn. I'm just gonna do this. Take 11. If we do this, we can either deal 7 or we can fully block, stun him next turn, most likely. It's gonna be 12, yeah, we'll do that. Overblock a bit, but I think it's worth it. Especially since we can do this for an extra 12. We get the stun off, and we get Ostia 7. He's going to try to debuff us. If we negative pulse into a spur, into an unleash, it's up to 35. And Ostia has 13. We do this, this, and another block. We're only taking 7 on this attack. Okay, we can heal right now. There's fruit juice, meal ticket 2, and we can Grave Blast, or we could High Five. I like this because the vulnerable goes really well with our Sleight of Flesh, and it's all enemies. And we're going to rest right here just because even with the shop, at least if this this fight goes well, I should be okay. A Sleight of Flesh into a negative pulse in a multi-combat is amazing, because pretty much whoever I attack now will die at the end of the turn. I'm currently blocking for 6, I'm taking 8 plus 7, 15. So if I add 7, I'm still taking 3. But if I deal 7, I can take him out as he buffs himself up before he attacks. I think that's what we're gonna do. So we're gonna take 9, but we're getting rid of one of the enemies. I think it's worth it. Now we do this and then we wait. Taking 1. Alright. I like Wisp, especially an upgraded Wisp with Retain. When you need it, you have it. 3 vulnerable is good too. Negative pulse with 11. That's what we do. I think it's worth using the power here. Neurosurge is good right away. Demine is good at the start of the combat. Do this here and then have Asti already at 6. So the next attack we're not going to need to block for as much. We want Sleight of Flesh, Bodyguard, and Defend. Fully blocked. Asti's at 3. Now we can defend again. High 5. We're taking damage here, but if we bone shards, we're not. And it allows us to full block. Taking a little extra damage is pretty good too. Then we have a high 5. We can deal an extra 9 when we do it. I think it's good. Unleash and bone shards here for 18. So negative pulse, into a negative pulse, into a block, into a strike. Take 4, 6. Bodyguard, defend, strike. And this turn Spur is much better. Negative pulse, Spur, for full blocking, unleash. There's a negative pulse again, just so that we can block as much as possible. This turn that's really what we want to do. Now we're fully blocking, because Asti does help soak up some of this 38 here, and we pretty much won. There's not much else we gotta do except for block as much as possible. So if we bone shards, he could block for 12 instead, or we can do this for an extra 8. This would be 8. This would be 12. Taking 41. 12 is better than 8. I think we do this, and this, and this, and this. I'm taking just 12. Oh, that wasn't the turn he was dying. Okay. Well, we're lucky that we got most of our defensive attacks back. So we're gonna do this, this, this. And just hit him for good measure. The Scythe. Misery, actually. Transferring our debuffs, making our Sleight of Flesh go crazy. Transfigure is good too. These are all great. I like Misery. It basically lets us chain our debuffs onto other people as well. Upon pickup, upgrades 6 random cards. Transform Unleash into Protector, and it's based off of his max HP. That's good. That's a lot of damage too. But we're playing with a lot of debuffs right now. I think if we just upgrade some cards, it would be better. Yeah, I like that. Okay. So we have this here, right there, which is a nice little sequence. We could also go for a late shop here. If we do that, that's a lot of combats to get to there. I don't like this path. Which means that the only way I would get to here is through here. And I don't really like this either, because that's a hard combat here, hard combat here, hard combat here, hard pull. This is too much. And then this one is just events, which is not great. Oh boy. I did like this here. To get access to a shop, you don't have to take the first shop, you can take the second one as well after the few events. Alright, so now we have a negative pulse right here, dead, and dead. So for multi-combats we're pretty alright. Another spur is not bad. Yeah. We did have Dirge there. Dirge is okay, but I don't really like Dirge. It costs your entire turn to basically deal nothing. It's not something for me. Pay 125 gold, remove 1 card from your deck. Add 2 enlightenment. I don't want enlightenments, so we're gonna card remove strike. We're gonna lose some HP and enchant an attack with Vigorous. It's gonna be our high 5 because it's all enemies. No point in checking what's there, of course. There's no other shop, so we're just gonna take a regen potion. But actually, we might get the fake merchant, and even though his fake, his rip-off artifacts are not great, having a lot of them is pretty decent. Here, I do like this. We basically get to remove another strike and then upgrade the one we have left. Our whole deck being upgraded is really nice. Another spurs, having it upgraded is just good. There's our potion belt. A little late, but it's okay. Now we can upgrade it. Ultimate strike to 20 is great. Sleight of flesh. Really good too. Alright. Well, we're already kings of multi-combat, we know that. Sleight of flesh. High 5. Bone shard. That was super great. Putrefy for our sleight of flesh. It's really good. And now we're going to smith it up. Make it 3 weak and 3 vulnerable. The deck is really coming along. Sleight of Flesh is great for us. Negative Pulse here. An Unleash or a block. I'm going to defend, just to take less. I didn't realize that we still had mana left. And energy, I mean. We're going to do this. This. A nice little summon. And there we go. Oh, this was a fun stream. I think I'm gonna stop streaming though. It was nice to try this out. And yeah, I'm gonna try to stream a little more often. So, I'm gonna save her right there. And wish everyone a great day. And to make sure to remind you just to have fun. Do what you care for. I need to actually work on my resume right now, and I'm thinking of going to work for the town itself, so that should be nice. And yeah.